Texas Longhorn puts Montverde on the board. IMG beat La Lumiere yesterday 76-51 against Hutchinson, the junior from the DC metro area. Keyonte George, lost it going up. Noticed a higher level of competitiveness over the last month or so.
On his jump shot to determine his effort, and that's a recipe for disaster.
And Jarris Walker just 5 points.
He was hot yesterday to start, but he can get hot real quick. For the other guys.
George, count it, and the foul.
He pulled that right in the face of Eric Daly Jr.
George to the rack, and he draws the foul. In the clocks. IMG has been down by as many as 8. George trying to break down the taller Evans, and George gets it! 2014 years. 3 seconds to go in the half here. Keyonte George launches and hits! Kevin Boyle, Montverde's. George had all 11 of his points in the first half coming in the second quarter. George leaning in over Evans, and he drains another one. Daughters, you don't know anything about that.
That's an ongoing allowance.
George with the steal for IMG. And Keyonte George. Oh, erased by Walker. George, three-pointer, good! Second and third quarters, he was scoreless in the first. George up the floor. George to the rack for 2 more!
Mojo, because IMG took it away in the third quarter.
IMG closed the third on it
from them in the third quarter.
2 future NBA players matched up here. Keyonte George against Derek Whitehead. George, the floater, way off.
They all came to Montverde, had to sacrifice their game where they were to be part of something bigger than themselves.
And I'm sure I'll get the online social media support that I need. Keyonte George does not get the roll. Rebound from Jacoy Hutchinson. Keyonte George again. Titled or fill in all those adjectives. Derek Whitehead is anything but, as Keyonte George puts.
R.J. Barrett, he had the chance to soak up their knowledge and their work habits.
Keyonte George. 2 top 5 teams in the NIBC going at it. Keyonte George, the Baylor signee. That would
been absent in this game.
No fast break points for IMG at this point, but
better shape. He's going to be a better defender, and you take that offensive game in the passing.
Now he gets that one poked away. Here's Keyonte George. Baylor signee waits for the traffic to clear. A 1-point game, IMG with the lead on Montverde. Any adjustments you want to see from either team is Keyonte Joe in this battle of top 5 teams. 13 combined ranked players in the sophomore, junior, and senior classes. The lead after the previous free throw. Free ball. Daly just has not found it, but hello, Sports Center Top 10. I think we found one for you.
Grassroots season, but back to 100% for the high school season in his first year with Sunrise. Dick, the one holdover from the team, has much more confidence now as a senior. Last year he was figuring things out at this level of competition. A steal, George, the step through, and he banks it home.
Without a center, but they have plenty of star power. So does the Sunrise Christian. They lose a lot every year, these two. You mentioned the confidence, Ted, as a senior. He had a great offseason. Strong feet set, 3-point shot. He's had a couple of drives. He can take it off the backboard and push it. And he's a versatile.
Being watched by Scotty Middleton. George, the future Baylor Bear, in October during the preseason. So they're just not there yet in terms of conditioning, in terms of defense. George trying. Bradley working baseline. How about the ball movement? George.
Offense. Great coaching.
George looking for an answer. He's got it.
That's a guy you want shooting the basketball.
Now Keyonte George, 30 Eastern at Montverde. 5-point lead for Sunrise. George, ways to go to put Sunrise at the line, but they come up with the turnover. George beats Seth.
Of Juwan Howard, Michigan's head coach, who is in the building to see his son compete for a Geico championship. Keyonte George, ball off the mark.
Jarris Walker is a true combination of physicality and finesse.
Oh, it goes in for George. A 3-and-1.
They always had a great fan base that traveled to Geico Nationals.
Under 10 to shoot. George lofts it.
Earl, Josh Green, and Jaden Springer, all in the NBA right now.
George! He suffered 2 weeks ago, but he's ready to go here. Fears lost it. George on the break. And Eric Daly laid stop. Here's George. Kick it to the corner. Noah Batchelor. Will you? Here is George, the number 3 player in the senior class. Oh, trying to set up Walker off his... Had the game-winning 3 for Lalomere against IMG a couple of months ago. George, oh, the spin move. Transferred into Houston after 1 year at Kansas. George, oh, off the side of the backboard, able to get it back. Hutchinson tees it up. Oh, Jet Howard got a piece of it. Walker, the outlet. Keyonte George scoops it in. Avery leads Lalomere with 10. Walker again downhill. No, George, follow, foul. George, like many other Geico Nationals alums over the years.
Look, Geico Nationals, it gets you ready for the college game, especially conference tournament. Coach Sampson will put him in some isolations and occupy the weak side help, and you said it, spacing.
Keyonte George glides in for 2 more. Between the Florida rivals, IMG and Montverde this season. George missed it.
Controlled chaos here to start, and there's George. Last night, a 35-point win on their home floor. Final 10 seconds here. It's been a wild first quarter from Montverde.
Oh, the split.
How about George? Going at the rim!
Whoa! Wow, Keyonte George.
Night out in this great NIBC series.
It's the real deal. Best of the best.
Keyonte George had that great move before the...
See him be a little bit more aggressive in looking for a shot if he's in ISO post situations.
Here's Walker.
Nice pass ahead.
From the corner, it's good. Keyonte's thing. What a sight here tonight. Here's George. Oh, my. And Duke assistant coach Nolan Smith was here as well. Sports coach Shire, the coach in waiting.
Seeing his prize recruit take a charge. What a kick.
From the corner.
Kick.
Come seconds. Bradley's got to do something with it. Here's a 3 from George. He buries it. Can they take another lead here? Keyonte George. Somehow got it to go. George now controls for the Ascenders. Here's George. Off balance, off the glass.
Probably wait for about 10 seconds.
Keyonte George, the lane is open. It's blocked. Puts it back up and in. 6 seconds.